As we continue Ruth 1:6, we'll begin after the first zakef that you see circled, and we'll end at the last zakef. Ki fakad Adonai et amo. For the Lord had visited his people. So we have a second key clause, and this key clause explains what Naomi heard in her field. And next we see our verb. In this verb we have a call perfect, third masculine singular of fakad. And it's third masculine singular because our subject is the Lord. Now you notice that just like the previous key clause, we had a perfect verb. We have a perfect verb again here. And the reason for that, again, is that the Vav consecutive chain, which was carrying the narrative when Ruth 1:6 started, was broken by the key clauses. And these Vav consecutives, putting the imperfect into the past tense, the perfect was needed to continue that past tense notion. Now when you heard me read the verse in Hebrew, you heard me say this noun, you heard me pronounce it Adonai. Now technically this is the divine name, Yahweh, but I said Adonai out of habit because when I was taught Hebrew, I was taught to say Adonai like the Jews would when they read Hebrew. They don't say the divine name. But if you pronounce the divine name, I don't think that's a problem, but you hear when you hear me say Adonai, it's out of habit. And lastly, we have our object, and it's the object to the verb, and it's marked with the object marker et. And with the case endings having dropped off of Hebrew, you'll often see the accusative marked by the object marker. And certainly not least is our noun amo. This is from the word am, which means people. We see that we have the singular 3ms suffix added to it, but I want to ask, why is there a dagesh in that mem? Because on your vocabulary card you're going to see this, am, and there is no dagesh. So what's going on? Well, your vocabulary card form, am, is technically this. It's am with two mems, but they write it like what you see here. This is how they'll write it. But those two mems, when you add something to the end of this word, then you'll get that dagesh in that mem, and that dagesh represents the double mems. So again, your vocabulary form am is actually this, two mems, but anytime you add something to the end of this form, then you'll get a dagesh forte, which represents the double mem. And there are some words that do this, but it'll happen a lot with this word, that anytime something is added to the end of the word, you'll get a dagesh in that mem.